The Parker family's atypical Thanksgiving tradition led us to the foreboding mansion atop the desolate hill, where our yearly gathering ventured beyond the realm of the ordinary into a night of spine-chilling encounters with the supernatural, a macabre exploration entwined with spectral mysteries and foreboding darkness. As the sun's dying rays painted the horizon in fiery hues, the mansion stood as a sentinel against the darkening sky, its weathered facade an ominous sight against the backdrop of fading light. Within its aged walls, the parlor exuded an unsettling ambience, lit by flickering candles that cast eerie, dancing silhouettes upon the worn tapestries, a portentous overture to the spectral communion awaiting us. Anticipation mingled with an unshakable sense of trepidation. Our Thanksgiving wasn't merely a festive affair. It was a daring foray into the unknown, a bold attempt to bridge the chasm between the living and the spectral inhabitants rumored to dwell within the mansion's ancient halls. Seated in a circle, hands clasped tightly, we initiated the seance, invoking ethereal entities from realms beyond. The air thickened with an otherworldly energy, murmurs and whispers intertwining, a disquieting symphony that sent shivers cascading down my spine. Yet, an ominous shift in the atmosphere became palpable. The candles, guardians of wavering light, betrayed an erratic dance, their trembling flames casting foreboding shapes that seemed to pulsate and writhe in a macabre communion with unseen forces. Abruptly, an icy gust snuffed out the candles, plunging us into an impenetrable darkness. Panic surged as we groped futilely for a glimmer of light, yet an ominous laughter reverberated through the chamber, freezing us in a vice of paralyzing dread. Whispers crescendoed into haunting moans, and phantom footsteps echoed relentlessly through the mansion's desolate corridors. Sinister shadows coiled and undulated, their ghostly dance encircling us, threatening to ensnare us in their spectral embrace. The air thickened with an oppressive malevolence, as if the very walls of the mansion had turned against us. Driven by sheer terror, we surged towards the exit, only to find the doors locked, sealed shut by an unseen force. Desperation clawed at our sanity as we realized we were ensnared within the spectral grasp of the mansion, our frantic attempts to escape futile against the malevolent barrier. We clung to each other, seeking solace amidst the unrelenting terror that consumed us. In the dead of night, a ghastly figure materialized, its spectral form sending shivers down my spine. With a blood-curdling wail, it dissipated, leaving us quivering in its wake. As the first rays of dawn crept over the horizon, the mansion stood silent, the malevolent presence dissipating with the vanishing darkness. We emerged, shaken but alive, vowing never to return. A Thanksgiving night etched in my memory as a harrowing encounter with the unknown, haunting my thoughts and dreams indefinitely. The Henderson family's annual pilgrimage to the weathered farmhouse was more than a tradition. It was a sacred ritual, a reunion steeped in nostalgia and familial bonds. Arriving on the eve of Thanksgiving, the skies painted a canvas of fiery hues, heralding the onset of our cherished gathering. The aged farmhouse, a repository of countless memories, welcomed us with its rustic charm. Within its weathered walls, the air hummed with anticipation and the tantalizing sense of culinary delights. However, beneath the facade of warmth and festivity, an unspoken unease simmered, casting a subtle pall over the forthcoming celebrations. Midway through our feast, the ambience took a disconcerting turn. Anomalies disrupted the jovial atmosphere. A flickering lamp cast disquieting shadows, while inexplicable drafts sent shivers down our spines. Yet, it was the persistent tapping against the window that shattered the fragile semblance of normalcy. Despite mounting apprehensions, Uncle Henry, renowned for his skepticism, braved the unknown and ventured outside to confront the unsettling disturbance. A heart-wrenching scream pierced the air, jolting us from our seats. Rushing outside, we were greeted by a shattered window and the inexplicable absence of Uncle Henry. In the churned-up earth lay cryptic symbols etched with an eerie precision, haunting the grounds with their enigmatic presence. Panic surged through the family, disbelief and fear gripping our hearts as I struggled to decode the ominous markings. As the clock ominously ticked closer to midnight, a dense fog materialized, wrapping the farmhouse in an impenetrable cloak. Doors slammed shut with a deafening finality, imprisoning us within, while the windows rattled ominously as if warning of imminent danger. Whispers carried by the wind spoke of ancient curses and malevolent spirits, permeating our senses and feeding our escalating dread. We huddled together around the dining table, seeking solace in the familiar presence of loved ones, while the faint glow of the symbols outside served as a grim reminder of impending doom. With each disappearance, a candle sputtered and died, plunging us deeper into the frigid abyss of uncertainty and terror. Fueled by a desperate instinct to protect my family, I recognized the symbols as ancient protection runes. With trembling hands, I recreated them within the confines of the room, tracing the intricate patterns in a fervent attempt to shield us from the encroaching malevolence. The symbols pulsed with an ethereal energy, a fragile yet resolute barrier against the looming threat that pressed upon us from beyond. As the final candle teetered on the brink of extinction, the symbols blazed with a blinding brilliance, casting aside the suffocating darkness and dispelling the oppressive fog. Outside, Uncle Henry stood, shaken but alive, untouched by the horrors that had ensnared us within the confines of the farmhouse. With the tentative dawn breaking over the horizon, a fragile calm settled over the once festive abode. The Hendersons vowed never to return, forever haunted by the inexplicable events of that harrowing Thanksgiving night, a macabre tale woven into the fabric of our family's lore, an unexplainable ordeal that defied all logic and explanation. The annual gathering of the Parker family for Thanksgiving brought an effervescent charm as the grandchildren, a lively troop of explorers, stormed the ancestral home with their infectious energy. The toddlers, fueled by curiosity and the thrill of reunion, embarked on a quest to conquer every nook and cranny of the stately residence, transforming it into their own whimsical kingdom. As evening descended, the children transformed into a jubilant cohort, darting through the halls in a joyful uproar, their laughter echoing through the ancestral corridors. Their playful chaos and merry antics filled the house with a youthful vibrancy that belied the tranquil elegance of the surroundings. Amidst the revelry, the children's wanderlust led them to the focal point of the grand parlor, the fireplace mantel, adorned with an assortment of forgotten relics and aged curiosities. Amongst the trove of forgotten treasures lay a weathered box, its contents a tantalizing mystery waiting to be unveiled. With eager anticipation, they pried open the lid, revealing an enigmatic substance within, grayish, mysterious, and utterly captivating to their innocent eyes. The eldest among them, an intrepid leader in their escapades, gleefully scooped handfuls of the curious powder, delightfully tossing it into the air with uninhibited joy, declaring, "Look, it's snowing, Mommy." However, as the dust-like particles cascaded and dispersed, a collective gasp tore through the room. A horrified realization struck the adults. The children had unwittingly stumbled upon the long-forgotten ashes of our beloved aunt's cherished feline companion. A deafening silence fell, punctuated by the adults' sharp intakes of breath and the palpable tension that gripped the room. In that suspended moment, an unsettling sensation seeped through the gathered family, an unspoken understanding that something peculiar lingered within the shadows. As the adults navigated the delicate task of handling the situation, an eerie sense of foreboding began to weave itself into the fabric of the evening. The atmosphere grew increasingly charged, a chilling draft snaking through the room, despite all windows and doors being firmly closed. Uncanny occurrences compounded the mounting unease. Objects on nearby shelves trembled and shifted as if nudged by an unseen force. A disquieting chill settled upon the gathered family members, an unexplained phenomenon that left a lingering shiver down their spines. Whispers of an age-old family legend resurfaced, a tale of an ancestral spirit purportedly bound to the estate, its restless energy stirred by disruptions to its domain. Though dismissed by many as a mere tale, the unsettling events of that chaotic evening etched themselves into the family's collective consciousness. It stood as a stark reminder that curiosity could awaken more than anticipated, sometimes disturbing dormant spirits and unsettling the tranquility of an otherwise ordinary Thanksgiving gathering.